Hi, I'm Allison.
I'm Keshia.
And we're fellows at NSF's Computer and Information Science and Engineering Directorate, where we work to make computer science inclusive for people of color, women, and persons with disabilities.
We work with 2 program officers and an Einstein Fellow to broaden participation in computing education and workforce development.
Computer science is the future of the workforce in this country and globally. Yet despite a massive growth in the number of computing jobs available over the past decade, the number of CS students has remained relatively low. This creates a $500 billion opportunity for students to use CS for personal economic empowerment and broad societal contributions.
However, the gap in equity and access to these opportunities remains wide for 70% of the U.S. population who identify as one or more of these groups, yet are not represented in the computing fields.
So, for example, the number of women intending to major in CS has plummeted since the early 80s, and this trend is more severe for people of color and persons with disabilities.
At NSF, we're part of a huge national initiative to address the underrepresentation at the K-12 space called CS for All. This movement is a consortium of government, nonprofit, corporate, educational entities, and more stakeholders dedicated to providing young people with greater access to rigorous, inclusive, sustainable opportunities to learn CS in and out of school.
As fellows, we contribute to this by engaging with multiple CS education stakeholders. We convene our research community to network, share best practices, and hear from experts. We support our teaching community through implementing inclusive curriculum, creating digital media, supporting CS Education Week events, and organizing professional development workshops. We also engage with students directly in the DC area through outreach events like a panel at the DC STEM Summit with students from the Washington Leadership Academy. We also bring in our CS researchers into the classroom to share their work and serve as inspirational role models. So we brought Chris Crawford, who is an assistant professor at University of Alabama, to engage students with brain-controlled computers.
We also extend NSF's engagement with the broader STEM community by participating in conferences, interfacing with national organizations focused on equity in computer science, and connecting with the DC community through the Science and Engineering Festival, AwesomeCon. We continuously advance the public's knowledge of NSF's computing education activities. Specifically, I work as a CS strategist. I focus on innovative ideation to facilitate partnerships between NSF and other entities to explore creative CS intersections. I serve on intra and inter-agency working groups to build consensus, and I work closely with my wonderful colleague, Allyson, to elevate the outstanding work happening in our country.
And I am a CS communicator, which means I build relationships with our stakeholders, I facilitate outreach events, and I tell scientific stories. So for example, Chris Crawford's group also studies brain-controlled drones. And so in addition to bringing them to the DC High School, I also coordinated their booth at the USA Science and Engineering Festival, and am now featuring them in the digital media series Bits and Bytes.
Talent is everywhere.
But not all talent has access.
Collectively, we can work together to rewrite the code so computer education is inclusive for all. Thank you.